Morning all, Paul here again for Darts World, and we're on to day 16 at the Paddy Power World Darts Championship, where we're going to see the end of the last 32 by the start of the evening session tonight, and we'll also see the first two last 16 ties played. I'm going to take you through the afternoon session at PALLY, and we start up with Justin Hood against Ryan Meikle in the last 32. That should be an interesting one. Two players that we didn't necessarily think would be clashing at this stage, but Justin Hood completed a superb 3-2 win against Danny Noppert in round 2, which was one of the matches of the tournament, while Ryan Meikle came from 2 sets down to defeat Johnny Tata in another absorbing contest. So that should be a close one. That's then followed by Ricky Evans, fresh off an absolutely monumental win over James Wade in round 2. He takes on Charlie Manby, the new sensation that a lot of people are talking about glowingly. Another one, tough one to call, depends which Ricky turns up or which Charlie turns up in that one. And we round the afternoon session off with Nathan Aspinall in action. He's got a tricky looking tie against Kevin Doets, who diffused the PALLY crowd in beating Kenyan hero David Munya in his second round match. Aspinall, he's been steady so far in his wins, and he'll be up for this today, and that one should be a real solid game there. Matches start as per usual in the afternoon session at 12:30 UK time. It's live on Sky Sports, and of course we'll have you covered all across our socials with results and post-match reaction, so make sure you're following us. Congratulations, Justin.
Thank you very
How
much.
pleasing was it after two sort of kind of explosive wins to get a workman-like win and to show that there's more sides of your game?
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. Like I say, everyone says workman-like and that. I've averaged 94 there, and I thought I didn't play that well. It shows how good I can be. In next game, I got to put it right and add another 5-6 points on that to stand a chance. But I'm confident I can.
And just about a year on tour now, has it always been leading up to being able to show how good you are on a stage? Because you don't get in that first year necessarily that many opportunities to be on big TV stages.
Yeah, it is hard when you get on tour. Everyone expects you to, well, your mates and that message you when you're on telly, and it don't work like that. It's hard graft. And this year, like I said, I've been lazy, but I won't be doing that again. I'll be putting the time in. And
the belief and the aim is to win it. How special would that be, and what have you got to put in to get to that end game?
I got the game in me to do it. I just got to take one game at a time. If I play my best darts, I can beat everyone in this tournament. If I don't, they can beat me, but I know what I can do.
Well done, Justin.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Charlie. In the early part of that match, there were a fair few missed doubles. Was that down to sort of the pressure of the occasion, or was that just down to sort of the match itself?
Not really. I think it was just maybe, you know, it's always been a part of my game what I do struggle with. I am trying to work on it, and I have been for the past 6 months. Yeah, it's just always been one of them things where, you know, I can score with anyone, but, you know, when it comes to finishing, you know, key checkouts, you're playing top players out from, you know, 60 to 120 has to go, and it's just as simple as that, really. But then when I do win my first leg and do it that first double, I do settle down quite a lot.
And you were backed by a hell of a lot of your family and friends today. How important are they in your career to keep you grounded and, you know, push you on to that next level?
Yeah, they are very important, and I think it's a big thing in darts. It's a lonely place up there, you know, and I think it meant a lot to me today because, you know, I wanted the same people with me, the same backing, the same following, and, you know, my girlfriend couldn't come today, you know, she was struggling to get it off work, and, you know, I kind of had to put that to one side, but it was sort of heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking for both of us because she wants to be here as much as I do, and, you know, I just had to put it to one side and dealt with it quite well, but yeah, they are very important.
And after your first round, when you said it was back on the brick lane the next day, how close are you to sort of lowering down those hours or giving that up?
Yeah, it's well, it's one of them. I know, obviously, People at work, they do support me. They're here now, and yeah, they always said to me, it's like, you know, if you want to do your own thing and, you know, crack on, do it, because you've got the opportunity there to do it. So, but then at the same time, they always say, you've always got work if you want it.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
Kevin, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kevin. On stage, you come across as sort of a calm, unflappable character. How hard is it under pressure and under that much pressure in a game like that? Is it to remain so calm?
It depends. I think it's easier when you're down, because like today I was 3-2 down, and the pressure didn't really get to me, because from the get-go it was his to lose. You know, he was the top player, he was the top seed. I was like, he was the favorite, so like it was his to lose. And even when I was 3-2 down, I think I never actually felt a lot of pressure until the last 58 that I had for the match. That's when I felt like, whoa, I can actually win this right now. And even then, I hit it. I think the pressure, I don't want to say it doesn't bother me, but I don't want to say it makes me a worse player either.
And the way that you finished there against Nathan, how important is it to start that way against Luke, with him not necessarily?
Very important. Like the one of the most important things against Luke is that I don't let him run away, because we like yesterday against Clemens, you know, he was 3-0 up, and then Clemens started playing well, and then he had a chance, but because Luke was already 3-0 up, like his experience and his talent, like he was never going to lose that game, and I have to make sure that I don't let him go up 3-0 or 2-0 or whatever. I have to it's really important that I start like I did in the end of this game.
And you said that there's been a change in your personal life that has made things better for you. How much of a weight is that off, and how much is that firing you on to do well at this tournament?
I think it helps a lot, you know. I've been able to practice for 3-4 months straight now, you know. Every single day I've been able to practice, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Practice helps a lot when you play darts. When you play any sport, to be fair, but you know, when you play darts, like I feel very confident because of the practice and because of the last 4 months that I've had, like having my own time.
Hi, Kevin, well done.
Hi all, Paul here again for Darts World, and we've just come off the afternoon session here at today's Paddy Power World Darts Championship action, and we've seen wins for Justin Hood, who came through 4-1 against Ryan Meikle, for Charlie Manby, who also continues his dream debut, coming through 4-2 against Ricky Evans, and for Kevin Doets, who produced 6 legs of absolute perfection to dispose of Nathan Aspinall in their 3rd round tie. Moving on to the evening session tonight, we've got 3 matches. We first round off the 3rd round here at PALLY with Josh Rock up against Callum Rydz. Callan is fresh off a thrilling win against Daryl Gurney in round 2, where he triumphed in extra time, and Josh Rock has seen off the challenges of Gemma Hayter and Joe Comito so far, so those two should be a very, very fast-paced game. Both like to get on with it, and that concludes round 3. Round 4 then begins, and we start with James Hurrell, one of the stories of this tournament really. He's performed above and beyond many people's expectations, defeating the likes of Dirk van Duijvenbode and then Stephen Bunting. He takes on Ryan Searle, yet to drop a set, absolutely raced past Martin Schindler in round 3. So that should be an intriguing tie. And we round off the night with the continued title defence of Luke Littler, who goes up against 2018 world champion Rob Cross. Now, Rob isn't fancied by many, and he'll need to start well, and I think it's all about which Littler turns up in that one, and he is in his banging form as always. So coverage again starts from 7 p.m. tonight on Sky Sports in the UK. We're going to be here covering it across our socials as always, so make sure you follow us for all the post-match fallout and the results.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Josh. Was your power scoring in that game the most pleasing aspect of the performance there?
I wasn't really paying attention to the whole game, if that's being honest. I was more focused on my finishing because I lost the first set because I couldn't finish. And then the next 4 sets I rattled off. My finishing, I thought, was half decent. So I'm happy with the performance, but yeah.
And does somebody like Callan sort of bring out the best in you style-wise? Because he's got a particular, quick style, hasn't he?
Yeah, I love playing quick players because we just get up there and get the game over and done with, win or lose. So, and I didn't say that with anybody else, but whenever I walked into the back room where the separate pit before we got up on stage, he went, "All the best, boy. Love you regardless what happens." So, yeah, that meant a wee bit to me as well.
And as we've mentioned, Justin Hood next. What have you made of his tournament so far? Because we've now got 3 players, on debut here into the last 16. Does that just show the strength in depth on the tour?
It just shows the way darts is going nowadays. Doesn't matter if you're a seed or not. Listen, I go up there tomorrow against Justin Hood, obviously on a mission. He's in the same mission. He wants a Chinese restaurant. I want the Citadel trophy. So there's a wee bit more of a difference between the two of us. But I'm up there doing my job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The pace was.
Good luck, Ryan. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Congratulations, Ryan. Was it important in a match like that to jump on James's inexperience at this level and stage of the competition?
Yeah, so obviously coming into the game, I said today that I wasn't really thinking about this match too much. I was just sort of chilling with the family in the hotel and, try not to think about it. When I got here, I was kind of like, right, just win the bull in the practice room. I managed to do that and just put him under as much pressure as possible in the match and just try and put him under it. And I managed to do that in the end. And like I say, I think my experience showed through in the end. And he didn't play to the best of his ability. But it's hard when you're playing for this sort of ranking money. And I'm really proud of how I played. It didn't feel like I played that well, but there's a lot more to come.
And you produced really big numbers yesterday and big numbers today, but like you say there, you're not feeling like it is a really good performance. What constitutes a really good performance, and how much more levels have you got?
I feel I've got a load more levels, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I could win the match 12 legs to 0 and I could hit 11 9-darters. If I didn't hit 12, I'd be fuming about it, So I'm kind of that personality where, everything's got to be perfect. And obviously in darts, that doesn't happen, You get all the different outside pressures and stuff. But like I say, to win the match tonight 4-0 is fantastic. And I look forward to my next round in a few days' time.
And we touch on the big stage form. Is it pleasing now to bring your solid floor form and Euro Tour form to these big stages?
Yeah, you say solid floor form and Euro Tour form. I've been terrible on the Euro Tour this year. Next year I'm defending lows on the Euro Tour. I kind of thought I'd cracked the Euro Tour last season, but this season I've just not performed for whatever reason. But I feel like I've cracked something on the big stage now with my focus and how I've played. So I look forward to the rest of the tournament and the beginning of next season and as we go forward.
Well done. Well done, Luke. Could you be forgiven there when you went ahead of Rob for thinking the job was done, and did you expect such a comeback from him?
Yeah, obviously it's always good going into the game. Obviously, as you know, I always want a quick start. Obviously 1-0 up, give it to the crowd a bit. Might have peaked too early, done it a bit too early, and then he got his set. But that third little session, when there was 2 sets, I really had to win them, and that's what I'd done. But I didn't say to myself, you've won this when I was 3-1 up, because I knew Rob's always going to fight back. And yeah, the adrenaline definitely got to me, and it made me play a bit better.
And do you learn a lot more from wins like this than you do breezing past opponents to 0?
Yeah, definitely. I can learn a lot. I can learn how to deal with the crowd a bit better, not let as much emotion out, just keep it all in me until that final dart.
And confident going into the quarterfinal against Christoph or Luke. Is there any preference?
Yeah, I mean, not really any preference. Obviously, these two guys, I know it's Christoph's first time, last 16. I don't know about Luke. Obviously, all of us players are playing for a lot more money, and obviously them two are to get themselves up the rankings a bit more. But yeah, good luck to them, and I'll see either one of them New Year's Day.
Well done, mate.
Nice one, thank you.
Well done, Luke. You